Hi, everybody. I think I am live. I know I'm live on Instagram. I think I'm live on Facebook. Hi, everybody. This is Racquel Palmese, and glad to be with you today, this Wednesday. Feeling you out there. I've been feeling you all day, actually. I've been thinking about what is it that the people that tune in with me now or later, or some soul who might accidentally run across one of my videos at some time in the future, what is it that they need to, what are they looking for? What do they need to hear about? And I didn't get much of a answer. That would be nice. Hi, Abbas. Hi, Johnny. Hello, everybody that's here with me. But slowly over the course of the day, of the morning, I started to feel a real message that I'm supposed to talk about pain. And of course, I thought, well, yeah, there's been 4 million books and a whole medical system developed, and much of our lives are already dealing with pain. And do I really have something to say about all this? Is there wisdom beyond what we normally think about in our dealing with pain? And I got back a resounding yes. What that is, I still don't know. But I'm glad to be here to explore it with you. So let's take a couple of breaths. Let's drop in together. Let me feel you. Let me feel this energy field that we are building together. Please always know that you are powerful, and that whether we're in person or we're online or wherever we are, that we connect through fields of energy. And these fields of energy are incredibly powerful. So get to know this about yourself, that as you are here, as you tune in with me, we are creating a container together, and that the energies from this container spill over and travel. So the same is true about other types of energetics and people that get together out of darker needs and reasons. That energy can travel also. But for us, let's really feel each other. There's some of you on Instagram, there's some of you on Facebook, there's some of you who aren't connected digitally to me right now, who are still with us. You may be conscious of that, and you may not. You might not know. I can feel some of you. So thank you. Thank you all for joining me in this, and for having this exploration that we engage in every other week now for the summer, and every week before that and after. It's so important. I think the most important aspect, no matter what we're talking about, is to recognize the power of what happens when we consciously come together. To really feel into that. Close your eyes if you want. Drop in, feel your body. Take some breaths, and you will begin feeling the presence of others, even if you don't know anybody else that's on here with us. You'll feel them. And from there, you will feel also energetically everyone else that's in your orbit that you're connected to. And from there, as your energy field expands, as your awareness expands, you will begin to feel those unseen beings that are part of your life here. Many of them have been with you since your soul was created. And some of these are beings that maybe they look familiar, others are just energy forms. There's so much with us that we don't know about. And part of what we're going to talk about today has to do with opening up. We keep opening up the dimensions of our thinking on these Wednesdays, of our thinking, of our being. We are not just raising consciousness, we're expanding our consciousness, our awareness, to begin to be aware not only of the power, especially of our hearts, of our love, when it's engaged in what we do, but the power of our being, the power of our being together, the power of what we weave when we engage, the power of our healing capacities, which we know very little about so far. Some of us have discovered healing capacities. We've hung out a shingle and we've gone to work helping other people with their pain and their suffering. But we all need to take a new look at what we call pain, because anything that hurts is painful. We call it pain. Anything that hurts is not comfortable. It's something we don't like. It scares us. Sometimes it will send us into fear. Sometimes it'll make us angry. Sometimes it makes us so sad. Sometimes we can feel hopeless and helpless in the face of the pain that we face. That can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be psychic pain, it can be mental anguish. And sometimes it can even feel spiritual. You can feel a pain of creation. So just feeling into these different levels of pain and how much it can hurt to be in pain. Sometimes pain doesn't hurt as much as it feels like a dissociation. Sometimes some of the most painful things that we experience is a separation feeling from our own self, from our own life. That is a really scary and really painful thing to experience, and it can come on us fast. Before we can even say no to it, it's got us. It's created by fear. But pain is pain, no matter how we experience it in ourselves, in the people we love, or in our world. Sometimes pain keeps us from living. We get so wrapped up in it that we don't even notice the moments without it, because we spend a lot of time looking forward to the next pain that's going to happen. So our life becomes about pain, or about avoiding it, or about finding ways to not have to feel it, which is what much of our illegal and legal drug industry is about, and what many of our doctors are about, and what many of our healers are about, is trying to take away our pain. I don't think that's the right thing to do, especially spiritually. Don't believe that spiritual work is about fixing people so that they don't feel pain. I don't believe that. I understand the medical issues with pain. I've had plenty of it in my own life. And sometimes it's good to take an aspirin with a headache or whatever it is that we need. But it is not to run from the pain. And this is something very important to really understand in this moment. If you take a breath and expand your awareness right now, the pain that you experience in life is not your enemy. When you experience physical pain, it's about something that needs to heal in you. It's a message from your body. It's an SOS often, that something is out of alignment, something needs our attention. It's not always and necessarily something that needs to be fixed. Sometimes it's something that needs to be paid attention to. Pain sometimes is a signal to us that there's blocked energies in the body. Pain in the tummy is sometimes the body's way of calling out stress. A pain in the head is sometimes the body's way of saying, I'm starved of oxygen, you are not breathing. Please spend some time with me, pay attention, breathe, move, stretch. Sometimes pain in the body is because we're sitting so much we haven't opened. Sometimes there's so much blocked energies trapped in the body from our emotions, from our unprocessed emotions that we hold in contraction, that the body starts expressing the pain of that contraction, and we will begin to have a physical problem. The body is the exit of last resort for the emotions. Often by the time the body signals us with pain, we have spent years and years and years contracting and holding energy, anger, fear, sadness, combination of all of it in the body. Finally, it will come out through the body if we don't learn how to breathe it out and process it, and allow ourselves our tears and our shaking and our raging or screaming into a pillow, our recognizing our need for release. Emotional pain is something we are taught to stuff from the time we're little children. As I've said so many times, you've probably heard me, as soon as we cry, someone puts a bottle or a pacifier or something in our mouth and soothes us. Now, don't cry. We are trained to not express our emotions, and yet the expression of our emotions is our healing mechanisms. May we teach our children to have their expression of emotion, even if it doesn't look pretty to us. Maybe we need to join them and have a good old tantrum ourselves. But we tend to stuff it and we tend to bypass it. The same with psychic pain. We will try to override our insecurities. We'll take medicine for it. We'll try to get away from it. Or we'll go into overanalyzing where it came from, what it's about. I see Socorro Diaz here. She is an amazing body worker and facilitator for trauma release and dealing with trauma. The way we usually deal with it is we either overanalyze it or we just try to hold it and talk ourselves out of it. We'll find the therapies that try to find solutions for it. There's plenty of things out there. But the mental anguish doesn't seem to go anywhere. It just maybe gets a little easier to handle. So what is the wisdom that we need to come to? What do we need to open to a new level of dealing with pain on all these levels? Thank you, Spirit. The word is relationship. The word is building a new kind of relationship with the pain itself. To not make it wrong. To certainly not make it an enemy. People that have had cancer say, yes, I've had a 5-year battle with this disease. I fought it. They created an enemy out of it. And maybe that's what they needed to do. I am not making them wrong about any of that. But there's something about the word that I know is incongruous with what we need to embrace. It's not about loving the cancer. But it is about coming into relationship with our bodies and with the pain of it, with the fear of it. Everything communicates. Everything is trying to communicate. How do we communicate with the trauma? How do we listen to hear what it's trying to tell us? How do we grow bigger than our fear so that we can have more of a dimensional way of looking at our lives? And when it comes to the offshoots of the traumas that we receive, the anger, the rages, the incredible fear some of us hold, the grief and sadness that make us feel like we're in depressions and sometimes turn into what we clinically call depression, a trap, and we can't get out of it. Everything is trying to communicate to us as beings all the pain that we feel. It's trying to tell us something. is trying to have us as a being, a spirit human being. Pay attention to it, not just out of fear and not just as an enemy that has to get vanquished. I have to get rid of this thing. How do I get rid of it? No. How do I listen to it? How do I give it a voice? How do I make a relationship with myself so deeply that I can feel myself, I can feel what is actually needed to release the energy that's trapped in me that keeps the pain in place. And yes, there are some illnesses that cause incredible physical pain and mental anguish and a lot of fear. And I'm not saying that it all goes away when we pay attention, when we make a relationship. I do know that we are big beings. Yes, I know every one of you that are here now, every one of you that will come on later, are receiving healing energies from this right now. I cannot and would never promise to take your pain away or tell you I know how to do that. That's not what my work is about. But to take the ride with it, to listen to what it is trying to teach us and tell us, to find our God self here and not create an enemy out of it, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much the mental anguish feels impossible. It's really just asking to be listened to, paid attention to, related to. We are at a gateway of expanded consciousness, and this is part of it. To recognize ourselves as the beings that we are, the healing capacities that are naturally gifted to us as human emanations of spirit beings. We have access to much, much more than we think we do. But if we make things wrong, if we go into conflict and opposition, we only make the patterns of pain stronger. We'll only get angrier. We'll find ways to rationalize having it. And we'll identify with it, and it will make us sick. So let's grow together, my friends. Let us walk through this gateway together, supporting each other, challenging each other to keep growing our consciousness and expanding it, knowing ourselves more and more for who we really are and who we are evolving to become. You know, I know you know. And you know, I know you know. You can keep going. All my love to you. Thank you for being here with me. Hello, Carol. And lots of love to everybody. See you in 2 weeks, Wednesday.